friends, it's Jody. I think it's like December 3rd, Wednesday? Yeah, December 3rd, 2025. I just wanted to say hi, check in. In fact, I even had a wonderful person pop in my messages a little while ago saying, hey, I missed your content. How the hell are you? It was one of those people that you don't talk to often, but every time you see their name, you just instantly like, oh, I love that person, because their energy just so aligns with yours. Yeah, it was really fun. Anyway, I've been dying to make another video. There's always 100 things I want to talk about. But I wanted to start with the number one reason that I'm not more out there is just health in general. But I'm not letting it hold me back. So I've been really, really busy lately doing the things that I've been wishing I could for several months. Now I'm finally getting the energy back to do them. But being me, I don't know level, so I do too much. When I finally have the energy, I do way too much. And then I have to like understand for like, it takes me 2 or 3 days to understand, well, the reason you're hurting now is because you did too much too fast. You used up 3 days worth of spoons all at once. And now you're laying in your bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking, I'm never going to be able to do anything ever again. And then my partner has to remind me, honey, you're fine. You did like a phenomenal amount of astronomical cosmic power. Anybody live in space? Actually, that's true. That's actually what's going on. We have this tiny living space, which is fine with us because we are incredibly minimalist, except with our hobbies or our interests or what we want to be actually our careers someday. I don't plan on being disability restricted, held back, for the rest of my life. This is a temporary now situation I'm dealing with, but I'm assuming either I'm going to get it under control and get back to my life. There's a lot of debate whether epilepsy can fully be cured or not, but it can get under control to the point that you can get your life back. So that's what I'm working on actively every day. And so sometimes, because for the first time in 55 years, I'm finally putting all my attention and energy on myself first. So some days, that's all I've got. And some days I borrow from tomorrow and the next day, apparently. So if I don't answer your messages, it doesn't mean you're not important and you don't matter to me. It just means I ain't got that much energy yet. I'll get there. Give me a chance. Because I have actually quite a few people popping back up in messages again. And I used to feel bad. I used to feel really guilty that I couldn't answer them right away. And it occurred to me one day, you're actually doing the right thing, focusing on yourself first, getting healthy and strong again. You got here in the first place because you lived your whole life doing too much for everybody else and never attending to your own needs. So now I decided when I was 50, 5 years ago on my 50th birthday, I decided, you know what? I've known since I was 5 I was going to live to be 100. I've just decided it's a fact I'm going to live till I'm 100. So, which is really helpful, by the way. This is going in so many different directions. It's okay. It's who I am. It's why you love me. You'll get used to it. So, when I was 5 and my great grandma died and my mom put me in her lap and explained about death and stuff, I said, oh, it's okay. I'm going to live to be 100 and then I'll go, on the other side and see grandma. It'll be okay. So I've known since I was 5 and just have continued to ingrain that belief my entire life that I'm going to live until I'm 100. So the good thing about this is it means anytime something like when I had a cancer scare and more than once, and different things that have gone wrong that almost killed me, it was like, oh no, I would tell my family, don't worry, this is not going to be the thing because I'm supposed to live till I'm 100. So this will just be something we have to get through, but we'll get to the other side. That's how I view epilepsy and all the other health things I have going on right now. I'm like, whether they're cured, whether they're under control, whether I have to just get them down enough that I can continue on with my life, like I am not my disability. Know that. But when I was 50, on the 50th birthday present that I gave to myself, I said, you know, the first half of the century, I'm here for a century. The first half, I live my life for everyone else. I'm not doing that anymore. Well, like anything else, as soon as you make a new, you know, this is it. I put my foot down. I'm done. I'm going to try something new. You're not instantly an expert at it. First, you have to be a toddler, and then you have to be a preschooler, and then you get to kindergarten, and, you know, you have to go through. So it's taken me 5 years to get any good at it, especially because during that time I was dealing with this new situation with seizures and stuff. And it's ever changing, ever expanding, shrinking, going in waves, whatever. You know, it's taken a lot of time. It's taken 5 years to get really good at, you know what? I'm going to turn this phone on silent and I'm going to go set it over there. And maybe I'll check it before I go to bed. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be on my phone doing what I want to do for me. And even if messages come up, y'all got to wait your turn because it's not your turn yet. And I am so proud of myself, that I have finally gotten there, like solidly. It took me 5 years, but honestly, the epilepsy has helped so much because I had this revelation in 2023 and it came up again in 2025. And I'm going to mention it right now because just last night it happened in a TV show again. And it's very eye-opening. I've lost friends. I've lost relationships with family over my disability because people do not understand epilepsy. And they don't understand. Well, and you lose people anyway. Just because you grow and change and become a new person, you'll lose people that were only in alignment with who you used to be, right? Some people grow with you. Some people are growing over there and you're growing over here and eventually your paths cross again. That's happened a lot. But some people knew you from 30 to 40. And who you were then is who they liked and who they aligned with. And when you're not that person anymore, they're not your friend anymore. And you might still be friends on Facebook, but they ain't your friend anymore. And that's okay. That's a normal part of life. Some people were meant to stay with you as you grow together. And sometimes you irritate the crap out of each other, and sometimes you're the best as best could be, but you're committed, you love each other. And I'm talking not just like a couple relationship, but like my BFF I'm thinking of right now in Florida. This woman is amazing. We knew instantly we were going to be friends till we were dead. Like, and there's some things we wildly disagree on. And there's times when she's had to look me in the eye and say, girlfriend, get your shit together. Because you ain't making any sense. Or you ain't thinking about anyone but yourself. Or, you know, she's had to, but she's allowed to. Because she will stick around. Because she knows that if you tell Jody, like, and Jody knows you're right. The first day, I'm like, no, you're not right. I'm right. That sucks. And some people will only see day one and they'll be like, but people who love Jody understand that the second day, I'm going to sit with that shit. And I'm going to like, oh my God. And the third day, I'm going to come back to you. So like, think of like Tuesday, you tell me what's going down. Wednesday, I'm going to go hermit and be like, oh my God, they're right. I know. I need to not do that. I need to apologize. I need to. And then Thursday, like the third day, I will be like, I just want to sincerely apologize. You were right. I needed to see that. I need to be more balanced in my approach, whatever it is. Okay. So a lot of people don't want, like, I'm not important, and it's okay, but I'm not important enough in their life. So they'll see something that's like, oh God, Jody's like, ugh. And they'll either just walk away or they'll confront me. But my first instinct is to be like, no, you're wrong. Because, you know, we all have something. And my best friend and my partner both laugh about it now. They're like, I know. She'll be back. Give her a minute. You learn these things of people. So with epilepsy, and just deciding when I'm 50, I'm not going to be people pleaser anymore. Like, I'm done. And I've decided that 7 times in the last 7 years. But for some reason at 55, it's finally stuck and I'm finally there now. And a whole nother group of people is like, ew, oh, she's like finally sticking to it this time. Like, ew. And then there's another group of people who are like, yes, she's finally there. She made it. And I'm going to support the shit out of her. And then the disability comes in since, well, I think I started having seizures in 2019, but I didn't know it until, I didn't know there were seizures. I knew something was happening in 2019, but I didn't know there were seizures until 2020. But once I found out, we think when we went back, when we learned more and more, and we're like, oh, there's this kind and this kind and this kind, we realized I was probably having seizures since 2018. So it might even be a whole nother year longer than we thought. But as I went through that journey at different times, there were things that I didn't even understand about it yet that affected my behavior or whatever. And then other people would just be like suddenly gone from my life. But the thing I was going to say about TV that always like really helped me finally put my foot down and finally be like, you know what? You don't get to do that to me. And it's perfectly okay that, especially like with family, they're going to be your family, whether you want them or not. I have some family members who like can't handle or don't want to understand. I was in a car with someone in 2023 and there's a whole backstory to that I'll tell later. And I looked at them and I was like losing my shit. I was finally in a safe space in this car and I was losing my shit. And I was like, why does no one stop and think I'm seizing? I have epilepsy. When you see it on television, and I just saw this again last night, you'll see a medical drama and they'll be trying to help someone. And then all of a sudden, this person will randomly go into a seizure. And people come running down hallways from 5 rooms. Oh my God, they're having a seizure. We need to save them. As if they're dying and they may never be able to help this person again. And everybody cares. But if I tell my family, if I tell some friends, if I tell people I care about, I have seizures, like that kind, like grand mal, the kind where you go, and everybody thinks you're going to die. Nobody ever once has said to me, thank God you didn't die. Thank God you're still here. Thank God. Tell me more. Tell me about this journey you're on. I want to know. Thank God you didn't die. What would we do without Jodi? And I was in this car and I was with someone and I was just venting, because I'd finally left a place that wasn't healthy for me at all. And I was like, no one ever stops and thinks about, at the time it was like 30. I think now I've had like 37. But at the time it was like 30. I'm like, I've at least had 30 times where I seized like that, like you see on TV medical dramas. And everybody's like, oh my God, they're having a seizure. I have done that at least 30 times. And not a single person has ever said, thank God you didn't die. And that was the biggest eye-opener. That was like fall of 2023 when I was moving to another location. And I was like, wow. It was the biggest eye-opener to me. And it really made me stop and think, well, you know what? Then this disability is your new measurement. People willing to understand and walk this journey with you are worth your time and attention. And people who don't want to understand, that's okay. Or it scares them, that's okay. But then don't pretend, and I'm mostly talking about family here now, because like I said, friends, acquaintances are all different, but family, but don't pretend that I'm important to you. If you have never once wanted to know about the epilepsy or about the seizures or about, just last night I was having a lovely convo with one of my daughters. We were having a chat and she wanted updates on my medicine and updates on what I'm doing and stuff. And it was so nice to have someone in my family ask me about myself and about my journey and not make it another conversation about what I could do for them. And it just, I'm so proud of myself that I have come so far and that I finally all in. You know what I mean? Because I've been so close before. Because I've gotten so independent and fired up before, but I have never so absolutely and completely planted my body in a time, going for on a path, in a timeline, in a space where, you know what, forevermore, here's how it's going to be. And you can choose to follow or, meet up with me, or you can choose to go away. I don't care. I don't have the luxury of caring because I'm tending to this disability, because I'm determined not to let it label me, own my life, take what's left away from me. And if you can't get on board with that, that's okay. If you need it to be all about you, that's okay. You just need to find someone else willing to make it all about you, because I'm not that person. And you know what? Some of my family has figured it out and has moved on. And it's heartbreaking, but it is what it is. And they know me. I'm still going to be here. They can come back anytime they want, but I'm not entertaining their nonsense. I'm busy. It took everything I had to take a shower today. And like, there's so much people don't know about me. And it's not because I don't talk about it. It's because no one's ever asked about my experience. So one of the things I want to do, I'm on so many epilepsy support groups. One of the things I really, really want to do is make videos specific about, here's what I experience, and maybe this can help someone else. And I want to make an epilepsy specific channel so that I don't have to keep talking about it all the time. But I'm going to anyway, because it's part of my daily experience. But anything like more elaborate, like some of the things I've talked about even in this video, I want to put specifically over on an epilepsy channel, so that if people are curious, or, in the epilepsy groups, there's always new people. There's always moms whose kids just got diagnosed. There's always people whose spouses just got diagnosed. There's always people themselves who think they have it, or they had this experience or that experience. I have been a roller coaster of, having insurance, not having insurance, having doctors, not having doctors, moving different states. I've had 3 or 4 different states where I've lived, where I've had epilepsy, and just how resources are available to you, how long it takes, expectations of getting answers, things like that. I just really want to make an epilepsy channel. And that's one of the things I'm working toward. I have a whole list of what the videos will be about and everything. That's just one of my 15 goals, besides getting back to my art and working on my art. I had such a fun conversation with my friend today about, she checked in to see how I was doing, and I was saying, yeah, I had a lot of medical stuff going on, but I really want to get back to my art. And I've been doing a lot of reorganizing and cleaning and stuff, just to make space and refresh the energy so I can make art. And she said, well, if you figure out how, let me know, because I'm kind of there too. And I was like, well, one of the biggest things I've had to do is just clean and organize and touch every art supply. Last night, every single one of those bottles I had down on the table, and I had a timer, and I shook every single bottle for 30 seconds. And it's not just these 18 in that wooden thing. There's another dozen back there. And then right behind my head, there's a purple container that has got 22 or something of acrylic wash. And all of anything liquid enough to be shook, I shook last night. Well, I just put on the laptop, put on Hulu, watched a show, and just would set a timer. Every time I picked up a bottle, I would hit start and make sure I shook it for at least 30 seconds. And now the energy over here behind me, when I turn and I look at that space, is so clear and fresh and open, and it makes me want to just jump in and make art. And now I just have to find the energy when I'm not doing 12 other things, because now I just took a shower today, and I take one every day, but some days my shower is all my energy, and some days my coffee is that's it. One of the things I was going to say, that's before I could make the video, I had to take a shower. I had a coffee to wake me up. I had to take a shower, get dressed, and then I had to eat. And now I'm having my second cup of coffee with you. thanks to epilepsy, my hunger and thirst are broken, is the best way to explain it. So I don't get hungry. And by the time I'm even talking about food, it means I'm hungry. And I'll just like not eat for hours because I don't feel hungry. And my blood sugar will crash, and then that'll lead to seizures. I get kind of manic though. When my blood sugar starts going down, I'll get a little manic. And so like my friends and people close to me know this, like my partner knows this, and he'll constantly, if he's home, he's constantly coming in the room, make sure I'm okay, just checking on me, because he's just witnessed too many seizures and he has his own trauma about it. So he's constantly checking on me. And if I start talking a lot and I'm like, telling him this and telling him this and telling him this, he's like, he literally just sits me down and puts a bowl in front of me. Which can of soup do you want? We need to get food into you now. Because I forgot to eat. So like before I made this video and put the phone on airplane mode to make a video, I had to message him out where he is and let him know, give him constant updates. I took my shower, I'm safe and sound. That's a whole nother story. I fell in the shower. Oh my God, it's a whole nother story. So I had a fall. And so now, like, we're finally back to the point where, because for a while after the fall, it was scary. Thank God he was home. And the first couple showers, he like wouldn't even let me shower when he wasn't home because he was scared I was going to hurt myself. So now I at least have to message him. I showered safe and sound, totally fine, everything's normal. I am so blessed to have someone that loves me so much. Oh my God, so blessed. But I don't know. I'm rambling about 8 different things. I probably am hungry. I probably need more food, even though I ate before this video. But I just missed making videos and like posting to YouTube and getting back out there again. And in the shower today, I had, as usual, all my ideas come from water. I'm a Cancer moon, so I get all my best ideas when I'm washing dishes or in the shower, because that connection to water are just so intuitive. But I had so many ideas about art come through, and so many things I want to talk about with art. It's like its own video. So who knows? Maybe I'll make that. Maybe I won't. But just know I'm still here and I'm still me. And you just never know. You turn on a Jody video, you never know what you're going to get. I'm going to watch this back, see if it's coherent at all. If it is, I'll post it on YouTube. And one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to make clips, because sometimes I'm watching these videos back, like this one's at 22 minutes, and there'll be this minute where I'm like, oh, if I could make that a short, that would be awesome. And then I could put it on all the other platforms and say, go watch the whole video on YouTube. But I don't want to use CapCut. And I have tried 3 other ones and I just can't. The learning is not there. I need an app where I can say, here's the video I want from this time to this time. Give me a short. Or I need someone willing to do that for me. But I can't pay anyone. So, because each of these videos, like last 5 videos I've made, I'm like, there's a short, there's a short, there's a short when I'm watching it back. So if you have any ideas, post them in the comments. If you watch to the end, put a yellow heart for sunshine and happiness, all right? Yellow hearts or rainbows for sunshine and happiness. Or put a sun, but put an emoji if you watch the whole thing. Yellow hearts. All right, I love you. Bye-bye.